Hello, friends. Welcome to Cinematic Clarifier. Today, I am going to explain 2010 French movie Student Service Explained. So let's start. A student named Laura meets a man named Joe. 3 days ago, Laura, who studies applied foreign languages in school, goes to her class. She feels stomach pain during the course, and she tries to leave the class. Unfortunately, she falls and collapses on the way. She meets a school staff who asks her why she hardly eats. She tells that she does not have enough for quarters and her parents are her maison, and her mother is a nurse who is from working job and earns enough they refuse to fund her food and studies. The staff advises her to sue her parents for money, but she refuses. She says she does not want to go in that situation. She leaves the school and goes home to live with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend, the man, asks her for her voice part and reminds her that she told him she would pay half of the money if he moved in with her. She tells him she will keep her promises as he comes to touch her for sex. Laura looks disinterested. She tells him he is not hard enough, but he begs her to help as they touch each other. The light goes off. The man asks her if she has paid the electric bill. She replies otherwise and promises him that she will pay the next day, even though she does not know where the money can come from. She tells him she will get another job and will do everything she can to get money as the light is restored. Laura goes on the internet to look for work. She looks at all the available job listings until she finds an adult website where men solicit women who are presumably students to have sex with. She sends a message to the person who posted the job, and a man named answers, who tells her that all she has to do is to undress her tender body for a massage and that she will be fine. He promises her that he will stop whenever she needs him to stop and that there will be no sexual intercourse. If she does not want it, she agrees to meet him again. Before leaving, she cleans her body, washes her private parts, and takes some precautions. In the first scene, she meets the man who greets her warmly. He gives her a letter and asks her to read it. He asks her to undress completely, and she immediately does as instructed. He sees her and is amazed to see her body. He comments that he does not like meeting men because they do not have that innocent face. She finishes the first episode. She reads the verse again where the man asks her to enter the toilet and take a bath and says so. She does it, and when she comes back, she finds Joe in bed. He asks her to touch herself as if it is her first time. She stands in his presence and gives satisfaction to feel herself, after which she lies in bed, and he touches her. Their time is getting over. Joe is done, and he sits beside her and asks her what is her name and which course she is studying. He also asks her what she wants to use the money for. He tells her that the world has become such that you have to pay for your every need, and their relationship will be only fun and business. That day she comes to know that Joe is divorced, and he is also married to another woman. Their fixed time passes. She takes money from Joe for her service and leaves. She comes out and counts the money happily and stops at a bar where she organizes a party for her friends and for them to pay for the second time. And she buys food and goes online to look for jobs like that, and she meets another man. The man meets her in a flirtatious way, and when she asks him what he wants, he complains that his wife deprives him of marital enjoyment, and he has been married to her for almost a year. He tells her that he wants to have sex, and he asks them to use the hotel. The man seems unable to afford it, so the couple take the man's car to an open field where they undress, and he touches her, and she suddenly accepts his request. The man pushes her, climbs on top of her, and has painful sex with her. She sits down in tears while the man satisfies her body. When he is finished, he makes her pay for her service and leaves her there. She returns home in tears, and she complains to her boyfriend that she had to give herself up to rape in order to get her rent. The boy is not interested in the conversation. She tells him that she is ending their relationship and leaving his house. She starts living with an aunt and tries to prepare for her exams, but the noises of the children around distract her. She leaves the house and goes to a bar where she sits down to study. She meets a boy named Benjamin and gets to know him and begins dating him. That night they talk. He drops her home, and she promises to call him after her exams. She goes to a photographer's office where she takes nude photos. The man begs her to start a business as a prostitute, and he tells her that she will earn a lot from him. He also invites her to meet a therapist who wants to have sex with her, but will treat her as just another college student and touch each other. The photographer offers her £200 an hour, but she turns down the offer after finding out there are many other college student prostitutes. She decides to find them. She searches the keyword college prostitute and calls a girl who says she has met about 25 clients and she can buy all the expensive things she needs so much that her friends who envy her not being in the business. I think this encourages Laura. She goes to school and sees all the expensive bags and shoes used by her colleagues. She starts doing a prostitution job and she can make ends meet, but she still hates this job. She hesitates to do it, but after the exam results are released, she gets paid, she sees it, and asks her friends for their phones. But they refuse because they don't have credit cards. They go to a bar. She believes Benjamin. But when she sees him, she runs away in shame and tells him that she will call him. She realizes that she needs a laptop. She goes to a cafe where she sees cheap laptops. She chooses a laptop, which she likes. Then she sends a message to Joe and asks him to meet her. She tells him that she needs a computer and she wants to have a relationship with him. He accepts her request, and she meets him at their same place. But he asks her to enter the room first. In the room, she watches BDSM pornography on the laptop. She also sees a letter from Joe telling her to strip and take a shower. She convinces herself that this will be the last time she does this and goes into the bathroom. She comes back out and sees Joe lying on the bed. He requests that she bend over the bed, where she sees the new laptop he has bought for her. Unfortunately, they are going to recreate the video they saw earlier. She refuses and tells him that it is not his business, but he insists that it is his business. He ties her up and puts a twirly stick in her privates while she screams. She loses herself and then angrily goes into the bathroom to get dressed. She takes the laptop and walks out, but Joe follows her. He gives her money for her service and tells her that he enjoyed it. She returns home in tears and calls Benjamin to meet her. When they meet, she feels isolated and realizes she is a stranger and begs him to tell her about himself. So she tells him she is bad, but he doesn't mind and encourages her to do better.